Hello everyone, today is Wednesday, June 19th, Juneteenth. Because of that, I am off of work. It feels a bit weird just because it's Wednesday, it's the middle of the week, so I'm not fully in weekend mode, of course, because I have to return to work tomorrow. But I wanted to take you all along for a day in my life on a day off. The morning is off to a good start. It is about 7:20, got my coffee, and just ready to get down to a few solid hours of creative work. But before going into that, if this is your first time on my channel, then hey, my name is Cameron Galbraith. I'm a finance professional here in New York City. I make 2 videos every single week all about leveling up in your career and life. So if you don't want to miss any of those, definitely subscribe to the channel. But anyway, let's outline what is on tap for the day. So like I said, it's 7:20 now. I have a call with a student who reached out at 9 looking to learn more about investment banking and finance here in New York City. So I'm looking to just get a nice solid hour and a half of heads down work done before then. I need to do my GMAT practice for the day. Also, just have some YouTube stuff that I need to work on. I'm fortunate to have a great team of interns who are helping me out this summer. So a lot of my work right now is just getting the structures in place to let them run with it. But then after the call, I'm probably gonna get some more work done and then need to go to Macy's in Herald Square, do some returns because I got some stuff from Macy's that does not fit. So that'll be fun, going to the tourist trap that is Herald Square. And then after that, gonna come back here, get some good work done. And tonight I am actually interviewing Rodgers, the billionaire founder of Cypress Semiconductor. I'm having him on the podcast, so I am really excited for that. Need to do some prep for that. Fortunately, the interns pulled together some great questions. This is gonna be the most high profile person I've had on the podcast so far. So really excited for that and kind of what that means for the channel. I look forward to bringing you guys along for that and kind of sharing my experience. I've been talking enough here. It's time to get to work. Happy Juneteenth. Let's do it. Do you remember when you walked away? All right, hello everybody. It is now about 12:30. I've had a few solid hours of work. I was able to get one of my brand deal videos all done, so that was a good accomplishment. I also was able to finish my GMAT prep for the day, and now it is time to go do my returns at Macy's. It's like 86 degrees out right now in New York, so not gonna be the most pleasant walk, but gotta take advantage of the day off and being in the city. So we'll take you along for that, hoping to get some coffee and some lunch. But yeah, just in a really great spot in terms of the amount of work that I've gotten done. And now I'm just looking to keep that momentum going and make it a great rest of the day. Let's go. When all of our embers became ashes of gray, but I've been going time again and time again. I hope that you will see my heart too, but you don't remember me like I remember you. All right, it's now a few hours later. I had a good time going to Macy's. Fortunately, it was a pretty easy return process. Then I just grabbed some bagels from Bagel for lunch and came back home and got right back to work. Right now, I am just doing a bit of a deep dive into Rodgers, who, as I said, is going to be on the podcast tonight. So really, I spent a lot of time doing reading, trying to listen to other podcasts and interviews that they've been on. TJ has been around for a long time, so fortunately there is a lot of content. This is a really good piece kind of about his early days at Cypress when he was still building the company in startup mode. But it's also 40 years old, so just really interesting to learn, the lingo and what things were like back in Silicon Valley 40 years ago. So that's one of my favorite things about the podcast, is it gives me the opportunity to just really explore things much deeper than I otherwise would. I think the YouTube channel generally already does that for me when I make videos, but when I'm going into a conversation with someone, especially someone who was the CEO of a public company in a certain space for 30 years, I want to kind of know my stuff. So the pressure is on to get up to speed, or at least relatively up to speed. And yeah, so that's a fun part of the process, and just really excited to talk to TJ tonight. But because I've been working on this, I have neglected going to the gym so far today. So I have about an hour and a half until I need to be ready for this. So I'm gonna go downstairs to the gym. I think I'm just gonna do legs because it's nice and short. If that's the plan, let's go. All right, so that was a bit hectic. I was in the gym and then I got an email from the assistant letting me know that they needed to move the interview up 30 minutes. So finished up my workout really quickly, came up here, showered, and now I'm just putting kind of the finishing touches on the interview questions. I always try to have way more questions prepared than I realistically have time to ask. So yeah, still just putting the finishing touches on that. And the call's gonna be starting in 9 minutes. So super excited to be diving in. Let's go. All right, here is the setup. We are all good to go. Hopefully the lighting is solid. All right, just wrapped up the interview with TJ. I feel very accomplished. I was nervous, obviously, going into it, and I think it went great. It's going to be a really fun and interesting podcast for you guys to listen to. I learned a lot, not just about building a billion-dollar business, but also semiconductors, taking risks, and wine, because TJ owns 3 vineyards, so he had a lot to say about that. This was certainly the highlight of the day and one of the reasons I wanted to make this video, just so you could kind of see some of the process that goes into the podcast and the production behind the scenes. It's now 8:30, so I'm gonna spend a good amount of time editing this just to get it in a good spot. I want it to go out soon. If you're watching this video, it's probably gonna be out tomorrow, which is Sunday, so definitely stay tuned for that. But yeah, I'm gonna lock in, get some good hours in of work, and maybe grab dinner here soon. All right, so I just wrapped up scripting the intro for TJ, and wow, how time flies. It's 9:30 now. And yeah, I definitely had to put more work into the intro for this guest just because he has obviously much more of an extensive background and I wanted to make sure to cover it all. So that was a lot of fun. It brings me back to my college days of writing a lot of papers. But yeah, I am very hungry. So I am hoping the Chinese restaurant across the street from me is still open at 9:30. I'm gonna order from them, eat that, and fuel the rest of this night of work. Let's go. And the Chinese place was closed, so I am heading to Old Reliable Chipotle. All right, just got back from Chipotle, about to feast on that. But that's gonna wrap up the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this inside look at a day in my life on an off day from investment banking. I understand this video is pretty different than some of my others just because it was much more of a deep dive into what goes on behind the scenes for this YouTube channel. But realistically, that's my life. That's what I do on my days off. You know, it's what I do on my days on too. But it's how I fill my time because it just checks so many boxes for me. I get to constantly learn, I get to interact with other people, and I get to make cool content for you and learn a lot about business. And so there's really not a better hobby for me. And so, yeah, I just really enjoy it. And I think today is a good example of just how far that can take you. I mean, I had an hour-long podcast interview with the CEO of a public company who is a billionaire. Like, that's incredible and an opportunity that I understand a lot of people at my age, or really at any age, don't get. So just know that I don't take it for granted, and I just want to keep creating really cool content for all of you. I want to help you all level up in your life and just educate and inspire this next generation of business leaders because you are it. So thank you so much for watching this video. As always, if you have any questions at all, reach out to me on LinkedIn. Happy to help. And also subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the content that is coming your way soon. And I will see you in the next one.